My name is Mary Ward-Bucher. That's my full name. Just had to put that out there. But you can call me whatever you want. I'm one of the co-leaders, along with Belle Alvarez, of the Solidarity Beyond Borders team. And this is an advocacy team that's been around for a couple of years. I've only been leading it for about a year with Belle. But it's a team dedicated to supporting our immigrant neighbors here in Philadelphia, and also just working for immigration and migration issues nationally and internationally. So it's a pretty big kind of focus that we have, although we have some specific things that we're working on that I'll tell you about in a minute. My interest in this team, you might be wondering about, I'm not an immigrant, and I'm not part of an immigrant family. Well, actually, that's not really true. So my stepmom is actually from Shanghai, China, and my sister-in-law is from Taiwan. So I do have immigrants in my family. Now, I don't know what's going on with the lights, but I'm sure it's important. Yes. So I do have a personal interest in this, and it's something I've cared about for a long time. And just hearing Julius and Melissa talk about their block just brought off kind of memories back for me too, and probably Art, who's sitting there, my husband. We, even with South Philly becoming bougie, as Megan referenced earlier, we still have probably 6 to 7 nationalities represented on our street still, which has been amazing. So it's been a wonderful experience growing up, or not, well, I feel like I've grown up, but my kids have grown up on the 1900 block of South Mall. So for Solidarity Beyond Borders, it's been an exciting year, and I just want to share a little bit about our vision. The team, like I said, has existed for a few years. It formed initially to help educate our own circle community about migration issues in both the physical, material aspects of that, as well as it being a spiritual journey as well. We had a few people a few years back that participated in the Migrant Trail, which is set up by humanitarian groups along the U.S.-Mexico border to educate people about the migration process that sometimes happens as people who are mostly undocumented cross and experience hardship and sometimes even death in the Sonoran Desert there. And the Sonoran Desert, which I had an opportunity to visit this past fall with MCC, is a beautiful place. And it's also, despite the types of things that go on there, there have been people of faith that have provided food, shelter, and water, and spiritual help too to travelers there for at least 50 years now. So it's a very historical place of great importance. Last year, when Belle and I began our time leading the Solidarity team, we felt that it was really important to continue this work of trying to provide access to education and awareness regarding migration, and also to expand that to supporting our immigrant neighbors here in Philadelphia as well. You might not know this, but about 15% of everyone who lives in the city of Philadelphia is an immigrant, meaning that they were born outside of the United States. So that's about 1 in every 10 people, and that doesn't count their children or the grandchildren of migrants. So these are really our neighbors. This isn't something that's really far away. Oftentimes in the media, that's often how it's depicted. It's not true. You're probably living in close proximity, or you already know somebody who's an immigrant, even if they haven't disclosed that to you. Philadelphia has been a gateway city now for a really long time, probably 100 to 200 years at this point, meaning that it's been a welcoming place to newcomers. And it's a place it's not static. It doesn't stay the same. It's continually being made and remade by every new generation of people that come here. So, I think, when we think about who Philadelphians really are, we need to remember that. And it's actually one of the many things I love about this city. I first moved here 20 years ago, only planning to stay like 3 years. Whatever, guess that didn't happen. It's a way of just kind of like keeping you around, which is great. And the thing I love most about Philly is that our people here are our greatest treasure. And I really, truly believe that in my heart. It's not our property values or our hot real estate market or all those really great restaurants that are popping up. Although I guess that last part's good, right? If you can afford it, right? Or Gritty. We got to mention Gritty in there somewhere. But anyway, back to seriousness. It's really, Philadelphia is really about the people. Stop lying. Let's get serious again. It's about our communities. And immigrants have already been working hard to support each other here for a long time, and our neighborhoods as well. And their well-being is everyone's well-being. So as a solidarity team, our work is not to replace this work, but to be servants. And as mostly a non-immigrant church that the Circle Network is, although we do have some people who are immigrants, we must follow their lead as we determine how best to be allies in order to do so without replicating or reinforcing the patronizing and obstructive relationships that have often found their way into certain types of humanitarian work. So that's a mouthful, right? So we're taking some risks, and we're trying to be real allies, real friends, and also anti-racist at the same time in our efforts with our team. So just a few things to kind of conclude here. Last year, we joined the New Sanctuary movement, Circle of Hope did, which is an immigrant-led coalition dedicated to making safe spaces. So there's that word, spaces again. Melissa talked about that, for all of our neighbors. We also worked with Circle Thrift and Solidarity and Harmony Haitian Mennonite Church to raise funds to support Solidarity's own mutual aid and community development organization that they're trying to get off the ground. And 2 students from that fundraising effort, which we did together, received $1,000 in college scholarships. And thanks. Applause, right? And they would not have been able to go to college, continue their studies this semester without that help. So that was a pretty significant thing. So this year, we're looking forward to some more collaboration. We have an event coming up in a couple weeks with Circle Mobilizing because Black Lives Matter, our Justice event, where we have a number of panel speakers coming from both Black community here, but also our immigrant community as well. And we're also looking to deepen our involvement with New Sanctuary as well, which you'll be hearing about more as the year goes on. So, just in closing, I just want to say that Philadelphia would not be Philadelphia without, the great treasure that is our people. And while not all newcomers to our city face the same degree of pressures from poverty, racism, and uncertainty with legal status, and the prison industrial complex, which we'll be talking about a lot in our event coming up, everyone, regardless of your situation, is affected by these historic structures of inequality in some way. And I think the sooner that we understand that it's not a matter of us and them, but only us, the greater opportunity we all will have to heal together. All right, thank you.